So KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law. The algebraic sum of the potential differences in any loop must be zero. So if you calculate the uh, potential differences, so generally potential difference you find across capacitor and battery. The algebraic sum of the potential differences in a complete loop, the closed loop, is equal to zero. But to apply this law, so you have to consider the sign conventions. So what are the sign conventions? So these are the important sign conventions. So if you are traveling across a capacitor, and if the capacitor has charge Q, and if you are going from positive plate to negative plate, the potential difference is minus Q by C. Basically, it is Q by C, but we are going from higher potential to lower potential. So when there is a decrease in the potential, so you take minus sign. Similarly, in the case of capacitor, if you go from negative charge to positive charge, then the potential difference across the capacitor will be regarded as plus Q by C. Then, when you are traveling across a cell, when you are traveling across a cell, if you are going from positive plate to negative plate, then potential difference is minus E. So potential difference across the battery is equal to EMF. If you are traveling from negative plate to positive plate, that is negative terminal to positive terminal, then potential difference across the cell is plus C. Why? Because there is rise in the potential. These are the sign conventions that you have to follow while applying KVL. So the other way also you can take. So you can take this as plus Q by C, but you can take this as plus Q by C, but then this becomes minus Q by C. You can take this as plus C, then this becomes minus C. But so whichever the sign convention that we have taken, the same thing you have to follow throughout the problem. Okay, now so I'll take one circuit, the same circuit which I have taken for KCL. So same circuit I'll take CL. We apply KVL in the first loop and second loop. So this is C1, this is C2, this is C3, this is E1, this is E2 already. So applying KCL at the point A, so you'll get here charge Q1 minus Q1, here Q2 minus Q2, here Q minus Q. So if you apply KCL at the point A, applying KCL at the point A, applying KCL at A, so you'll get Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2. Now we apply KVL. This is KCL. So we apply KVL in the first loop. Applying KVL in the first loop. So applying KVL in the first loop means you start one point at a particular point, calculate all the potential differences, and again come back to the same point. Again come back to the same point. You can go in clockwise sense or anti-clockwise sense. You can start at any point, but you should reach the same point. Okay. So applying KVL in the first loop. Applying KVL in the first loop. Applying KVL in the first loop. So start at this point. Now I go in clockwise sense. What is the potential difference across this C1? Minus Q1 by C1. I am here now at the point A. Now go from A to B. So what is the potential difference across this capacitor? Minus Q by, I am going from positive plate to negative plate. Minus Q by C3. Here to here, so there is increase in the potential, so plus E1. Here to here, no potential drop. This is a connecting wire, so equal to 0. This is how you have to apply KVL. So similarly, applying KVL in the second loop. In the second loop, applying KVL in the second loop. So start at this point A or else start at the point B. So go in the anti-clockwise sense and again come back to the same point. You can go in any sense. So I go from B to this. So plus E2. Here to here no potential drop. Here to here minus Q2 by C2 because I am going from positive plate to negative plate. Here to here I am going from positive plate to negative plate minus Q by C3 equal to 0. So you can say this is equation number 1, equation number 2, this is equation number 3. So like this we can apply KVL in any loop. The algebraic sum of potential drops in a closed loop is equal to 0. This Q value, this Q equal to Q1 plus Q2, we have to substitute. So we substitute. So here two unknowns are there. What are the two unknowns Q1 and Q2 that you can solve easily?